excited that I'm gonna share this story time because it's like fresh on my brain. But this story time has to do with my sobriety journey and basically why I no longer drink or partake at all in any alcohol. So let's go back to the year 2018. I hadn't been back to Brooklyn in a long time, so I ended up going back there to my hometown, and I got to see friends and family and things like that, hang out with some friends, and this is like one of the things or situations in time that got me to the point I am today where I'm like, I'm sober when it comes to alcohol. But there were a series of events, but this particular one made me really like, the light really turned on for me within the end of last year and this year, that I don't need to be doing that, especially when there's no nutritional value. Like, and everything right now for me is what is beneficial, what is gonna make me better. Anyways, 2018, we're in New York. I think it's around like Labor Day. And if you know, you know, that time is fun. It's super fun. There's like fetes, Caribbean parties, backyard parties, all that. So anyways, I end up going out with some family. There was a little bit of like rifts and tiffs between some family members and my immediate family members. Anyways, we all go out to a club, PhD, in the city, and I haven't been out in a long time. I'm gonna be honest. At that time, I haven't been out in a long time, and I think I really did my big one that night, because I end up going to the bar. I order 2 drinks in the span of an hour. So 1 drink was a Long Island, a lot of Long Island, like a lot of tea and mad alcohol in there. Like, what the fuck? Then the second time I ordered the same thing, and I'm like, I'm not feeling nothing. So I'm chilling. I get on the dance floor, I start dancing, you know, I start meeting people and things like that. It hits me, and I'm feeling nice, I'm feeling good. And then I think I got a phone call, and I went to the back of the rooftop. So I went to the back, and I tried to go down the stairs so I could make a phone call. And I was also getting anxiety for some reason. The security guard basically follows me and tells me I can't go there. And as I'm walking out, oh, I have to mention that I had like sandals, and this is why I don't wear sandals when I go out, because I have trauma there. But anyways, I have on sandals, like these cute brown Zara sandals, white toes. When I tell you the security guard stepped on my motherfucking foot, and he had steel toe boots on, and at the time I didn't realize it, but my toenail had slid off, like clean off, like. So I didn't realize, by the way, the whole night I'm dancing and I'm like, why is my foot wet? Did somebody drop something? Like, that's how gone I was. And I'm feeling my feet, and I look down and I'm like, why aren't all my nails white? Like, I see like blood on my toenails. I'm like, nah, that's not for me. I go into the bathroom, and the nail is gone. The nail is clean off, gone. I put my flashlight on it. I'm in shock. Okay, so I leave the club, I go to the hotel that I was staying at, and I'm just in shock. I wrap it up and I take a shower, I wrap it up, I go to sleep, and then I go to urgent care the next day. Okay. And what had happened was, the reason why my nail came off so easy is because prior to that night, I had went to a club. I don't remember what club. I went to the club with one of my friends, and I was wearing these sneakers. They're called CDGs, and it was like a canvas material, and I don't know why I thought it was my size. The shoes wasn't really my size. Basically, I just needed a little bit more room, and my feet were hitting the front, and I guess the next day, I don't know why, but like the skin on my foot, my toenails were like, I guess, softening or getting soft because of all the beating that I was taking from the canvas sneakers. And so that's the only thing because I do remember like my feet being swollen, but I thought it was because I was dancing all night the night before. But now I know it was the sneaker. It wasn't my size. So young and silly mistakes that I made. Anyways, yeah, so I had to preface that because I'm like, that had an additional impact, because after that, when I went back home to where like I currently reside, I ended up going to a foot doctor, a podiatrist, yeah, and he ends up having to cut my other toenail, so 2 of my big toes. He ended up having to cut the other toenail because he said that there's too much pressure surrounding it and it's swollen, and it basically they have to cut it off. It took at least a year for my toenails to grow back. And for me, I felt like that was really an eye-opener. Like, first of all, not only do you need to control your liquor, secondly, you should not be having Long Islands, okay? And yeah, that wasn't even one of the icings on the cake. I feel like my probate night, that's what put the nail in the coffin for me, to really stop drinking, because I wasn't the same after that. Like, I was not the same. And then another time was when I think I was like in my freshman year of college. No, not freshman year. Junior year of college. And I had met these girls. We were cool. We went out to club, but we go drinking Everclear and Minute Maid before we went out, okay? Just young and, I'm not gonna say dumb, just young and silly. And that was the first time in my life I ever blacked out. And I just remember talking to my friend like mid-conversation and just like falling out just like that, waiting in line to get in the club. And I'm like, in my head, I couldn't put 2 and 2 together. Like, and thank God I had my location on, because this friend saw that I was blacking out. She ends up bringing me to her friend's apartment. And at the time I was still living at home and I hadn't come home. So my mom had my location. She was calling my phone. My dad was calling my phone. And finally, they found me in the bathroom on the floor. So, yeah. And then another story time is when I went out with these girls. It's always going out with these girls. I had considered them friends at the time. And her boyfriend essayed me. Yeah. So all of those, yeah. So if you want a story time on that, I don't mind sharing, because I have really let that go. But there was a time where I was blaming myself. And yeah. If you want a story time on that, well, I don't think I'm comfortable sharing that, to be honest. Yeah, I probably won't. Yeah. I was just thinking about it in real time, and I'm like, that's too much. But I say all that to say that this journey is for me and me alone, and not because I can't handle my liquor, but because I'm at the stage and the age of my life that it's not necessary. I don't need it. I could get loose on the dance floor just being me. I don't need that extra push. And it was something that I did because it was something you did socially, or something I did. But yeah, let me talk about me. Something that I did socially, but I just don't find it necessary for me, because there's no nutritional benefit. And all of those situations helped me to learn that that's not for me. And I feel like if you have encounters with something and nothing good comes from it, you gotta let it go. And some people may say, oh, just have like a little sip, you don't need to drink that much. Like, but for what? Like, what is the point? Like, so I can be on the same level of drunkenness as you. I like to be in control. I don't want to be impaired of my bodily functions or inhibited in any way. Like, I want to be able to know what's going on at all times, and I want to be aware of my surroundings and who I'm with and what I'm doing, and know what's being done to me and around me, like, so that's my story time. Let's get a what is it called? A little screenshot. I can't even remember what things are called. See, stop drinking, kids. Thumbnail. There we go. See you next time.